Hello everyone. Our lesson today is going to be on media, politics, policy in nursing. And in this section, we are going to embark on a journey through the annals of history to uncover the roots of media portrayals in nursing. We'll also dive into ancient texts, religious scriptures, and classical artwork, where nursing was often depicted as a divine calling or moral duty. From the reversed figures of ancient healers to the emergence of nursing as a formal profession in the modern era, we trace the evolution of media representations and their influence on societal perceptions of nursing. Nursing, as depicted in historical media, has been intertwined with notions of duty, sacrifice, and virtue. An ancient civilization, revered healers and caregivers often portrayed them in religious texts and artworks as a symbol of compassion and service. These depictions laid the foundation for the perception of nursing as a normal vocation, with individual call to alleviate suffering and promote healing. Throughout history, the portrayal of nursing in media has reflected societal values and norms. In times of war or crisis, nurses were often depicted as selfless heroes, providing care and comfort to the wounded and afflicted. Religious texts and false law evaluated nursing to a divine calling, with the stories of miraculous healing and acts of compassion attributed to reversed figures. The emergence of nursing as a formal profession in the 19th century brought about a shift in media portrayals. With the establishment of nursing schools and professional standards, nurses began to be depicted as skilled professionals. Nurses began to be depicted as skilled professionals educated in the arts and science of caregiving. However, media representation also perpetuated gender stereotypes, often portraying nursing as primarily female occupation, reinforcing traditional gender roles and expectations. And that will take us to the impact of media portrayals on nursing practice and policy. Here we explore the profound effects of media representation on nursing practice and policy making. Drawing on historical examples and contemporary research, we examine how media stereotypes and narratives shape public attitude towards nursing, influencing recruitment, retention, and professional identity. Media portrayals of nursing have significant implications for the profession, shaping not only public perception but also healthcare policy and practice. Stereotype depictions of nurses as circumvent or sexually classified can undermine professional identity and also contribute to the workplace discrimination and harassment. Conversely, positive portrayals that highlight the expertise and compassion of nurses can enhance public trust and support for the profession. More so, media framing plays a crucial role in shaping healthcare policy foundation. Misleading or stigmatizing portrayals of nursing can influence policymakers' perception of the profession, affecting resource allocation and policy decision. Nurses have increasingly recognized the importance of advocating for accurate and respectful media representation, leveraging their collective voice to challenge harmful narrative and promote positive change. And that will take us to the next caption that has to do with media roles in shaping public perception of nursing. In this section, we'll dive into the mechanism by which media framing shape public perception of nursing. Through an in-depth analysis of media narrative and theoretical framework, we uncover the subtle ways in which media representation influence societal attitude towards nursing. Media narrative play a powerful role in shaping public perception, framing nursing either as a respected profession or as a marginalized occupation. Heroic depictions of nursing in time of crisis can elevate the profession and inspire admiration, while negative stereotypes can perpetuate misconception and erode public trust. Furthermore, media framing has implications for nursing morals, job satisfaction, and recruitment. Nurses who are constantly portrayed as competent and values members of the healthcare team are more likely to experience job satisfaction and professional fulfillment. Conversely, negative portrayals can contribute to burnout and disharmony, leading to challenges in recruitment and retention. To encounter or counteract harmful media, negative nurses and healthcare organizations must actively engage with media outlets, advocating for accurate and respectful representation. By sharing their stories and expertise, nurses can challenge stereotypes and promote a more audience understanding of the profession. Additionally, media literacy initiatives can empower the public to critically evaluate media portrayals of nursing, fostering greater appreciation for the vital role that nurses play in the healthcare. And that will take us to the historical tapestries of nursing in media. How do we go about it? This section renders in the rich tapestry of nursing history, exploring the earliest depictions of nursing in literature and art, from ancient texts and religious scriptures to classical artworks and folklore. We uncover the diverse rules and representation of nursing or nurses throughout the ages. Through captivating stories and visual imagery, we reveal how nursing was idealized as a scared vocation and a symbol of compassion and care in diverse cultures and civilization. Nursing in the early literature and art was often portrayed as a vicious and essential role, deeply intertwined with the themes of healing, compassion, spirituality. Ancient texts such as Vedas and Bible depicted caregivers as a revered figure, entrusted with the sacred duty of tending to the sick and infirm. Classical artwork, such as those found in the work of renowned painters like Rembrandt and Vermeer, often depicted nurses as gentle and nurturing figures, embodying the virtues of empathy and selfishness. Furthermore, folklore and method from various cultures around the world abounds with stories of legendary healers and wise women who possess mystical powers of healing and comfort. The narrative serves to evaluate or elevate nursing to a divine calling, emphasizing the profound impact that caregivers could have on the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of individuals and community. And that will also take us to evolution of nursing portrayal in modern media. How do we go about it? We trace the evolution of nursing portrayals in modern media from the Victorian era to the present day. Throughout an interdisciplinary lens, we analyze how societal changes, technology advancement, and the rise of mass media have influenced media representation of nursing, from romanticized novels and melodramatic films to serial television dramas and digital media platforms. We explore how nursing has been depicted and perceived in response to shifting cultural attitude towards healthcare, gender roles, and professionalism. In the Victorian era, nursing was often idealized as a noble and virtuous profession, with literal work such as Florence Nightingale's Note on Nursing shaping public perception and inspiring generalization of caregivers. However, as the 19th century progressed, media portrayals of nursing became increasingly diverse and complex, reflecting changing social norms and healthcare practices. The advent of television and film brought new opportunities to the nurses to be represented on screen, with iconic characters such as Nurse Rach in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Nurse Jackie in Eponoro's series, challenging traditional stereotypes and pushing the boundaries of nursing representation. Digital media platforms have further expanded the landscape of nursing portrayals, allowing for more diverse and authentic depictions of the profession. And that will take us to the impact of media representation on nursing identity. How do we go about that? This will enable us to dive into the impact of media representation on the professional identity and self-image of nurses. Drawing on historical archives, scholarly research, and personal narrative, we examine the stereotypes and the truth perpetrated by the media, such as Angel of Mercy, the battle axe, and the sex symbol, and their implication for nursing role, moral, job satisfaction, and public perception. Through nuisance analysis and reflective inquiry, we confront the complexity of nursing identity in the face of media scrutiny and explore avenues for empowerment and advocacy. Media representation of nursing have a profound influence on how nurses perceive themselves and are perceived by others. Stereotype portrayals can reinforce negative or narrowed and limiting stereotypes, contributing to feeling of frustration, disemployment or disempowerment, and among nursing professionals. Conversely, positive and empowering representation can foster a sense of pride, purpose, and belonging within the nursing community, inspiring individuals to change or to challenge stereotypes and redefine the narrative surrounding the profession. And that will take us to framing the narrative media roles in nursing representation. How do we go about that? We are going to embark on a scholarly exploration of media framing theory and its application to the study of nursing representation. And that will help us dive into theoretical foundation of framing, tracing its origin in communication studies and social psychology, through synthetics of SIMAL research and contemporary scholarship. Will emulate the cognitive processes by which media frames shaped public perception of nursing, framing nursing as a profession and a healthcare policy by unpacking the intricacy of framing theories. We equip readers with theoretical framework for analyzing and critiquing media representation of nursing. Media framing theory provides a lens through which we can understand how the media shape public discourse and perception by emphasizing certain aspects of an issue while downplaying or omitting others. By framing nursing in particular ways, media outlets influences how the profession is perceived by the public, policymakers, and healthcare stakeholders. Understanding this framing mechanism is essential for nurses and nursing advocates seeking to challenge stereotypes and promote a more accurate and nuanced portrayals of nursing in the media. So that will take us to the next section, that is talking about analyzing media frames in nursing representation. Here we can conduct a systematic analysis of media frames used to portray nurses and nursing-related issues, drawing on content, analysis, and case studies. We examine dominant frames employed by the media, including the historic, caregivers, the victim, the vigilant, the professional. Through a comparative analysis of print, broadcast, and digital media, we reveal the nuisance and complexities of media framing in shaping public attitude towards nursing. By also identifying patterns and trends in media frames, we emulate the power dynamics at play and their implication for nursing practice education and policy advocacy. Media frames also will shape how nursing is perceived by the public and influence societal attitude towards the profession. The historic caregiver frame, for example, highlights nurses' selfless dedication and compassion, while the victim frame portrays nurses as overworked and underappreciated. On the other hand, the vigilant frame may depict nurses as negligent or incompetent, perpetuating negative stereotypes. By critically analyzing these frames, nurses can better understand how they are portrayed in media and work to challenge inaccurate or harmful representation. Thank you. That will take us to the next section that has to do with strategy for challenging media frames. In this section, we explore strategy for challenging and reshaping media frames of nursing, drawing on insight from media advocacy, public relations, and social change theory. We offer practical guidance for nurses and nursing organizations seeking to counteract negative stereotypes and also promote more accurate and positive representation of the profession, from media literacy campaign to media training program and strategic media partnership. We can also embark on readers to engage with the media as active agents of change, advocating for a more equitable and inclusive portrayal of nursing in the public sphere. Challenging media frame requires proactive engagement with media outlets and the development of strategic communication initiatives. Nurses can leverage their expertise and first-hand experience to shape media narrative and counteract stereotype by building relationship with journalists, participating in media interviews, and utilizing social media platforms. Nurses can amplify their voices and contribute to a more balanced and authentic representation of nursing in the media. And that will take us to the lesson of the day. Thank you for listening. God bless you.